So we've got to the top of Stob Ban on the buckle. We've finished Curve Ridge, which we did in a very safe way. And then we've broken out onto the path. So for that, because I'm getting to a certain age and I really want to save my knees, I've deployed my poles. These are the Black Diamond FlickLock Z pole. They are absolutely brilliant poles. One of the reasons why I like them and why I like them for climbing is because they're Z poles, so they pack into different sections. So basically what it means is that I can get them into a very small pack size to go in my pack. So they go down to that size there, and then I can stash them in my pack. They're absolutely brilliant. And then to deploy them when I get to the top of the climb or whatever, all I do pull it out until I hear the click and then just adjust it. I'm at 115. There we go, like that. They're absolutely brilliant. So they pack up really small. You haven't got to have them on the outside of your bag. It means you put them on the inside of the bag. So particularly for winter, but especially for summer when you've got ropes deployed, like I had the ropes coiled around me earlier, then it just doesn't get in the way, it doesn't catch. So remember, Alpine is just keeping things smooth and keeping things inside the bag. And really a lot of that translates into UK scrambling and hill walking as well. Particularly, if it rains, if you're going through, they could catch on things, it's just getting them inside. They've got a very small basket and they've got a carbide tip, but it has a cover on it as well, so you don't have to hear all that clinking if you don't want to. One of my favourite features though is that it's got an extended grip, which means that instead of having to stop to adjust the length of the pole as you go up and down, you can simply slide your hand down the shaft. You can go to the very top if you're coming downhill and you need the extra range, or if you're going uphill, then you can just bring the hand further down. Very, very lightweight model. The eagle-eyed amongst you will see that I'm actually using the women's specific one. These actually belong to my wife. But actually, like a lot of people ask me, like, what is the difference? Like anatomically, this to me feels exactly the same as the men's. It might be a little bit shorter, a little bit thinner, but it feels exactly the same. The main difference is the length of it. The women's ones top out at just over 120, but to be honest, there's so much crossover between the two. I'd go for the one that feels most comfortable. The women's will be lighter. So this is the time for the West Wing talk and walk. Walk and talk, cool. So a lot of people, a lot of customers ask me about poles. They say, like, do I need poles? How do I use them? How do I fit them? What do I go for? And they're all valid questions because, I mean, the first thing is really, like, do poles work and are they worth it? Well, when you look at how much we go out walking and how much sort of cumulative pressure and shock loading we put on our lower joints, particularly our knee joints, like, it is terrifying. And who doesn't know an old person that doesn't complain about their knees? I complain about my knees and I'm not even that old yet. So I think that poles are a really good idea, and I use them whenever I'm not instructor, I'm not actually dealing with ropes or something. I'll always be taking poles with me. Sometimes when I'm doing nav instruction I need my hands, then I won't, but if I'm just going out for a proper mountain day in Scotland like we are now, then I'll definitely be taking my poles with me. Some people ask, like, how should they fit? Well, very, very quickly, on level ground, you want it to be, your arm to be just over 90 degrees, and then that'll change. You can obviously then flex it for uphill and flex it for downhill as well. But that just gives you a bit of your range of motion to be able to deal with different, like, undulating terrains. How to walk with them, that's another one really. Like, some people like to match feet like I'm doing now, like that. Other people want to have, like, opposing poles with their feet going down, so let's see if I can do that. I just do whatever suits, and really the answer is whatever suits you, to be honest. Once you get your first pair of poles, and I would advise getting a pair, not individuals, then you start walking with them and you'll find your own natural rhythm. You might not get on with them to start, but I implore you please to persevere with them, because your knee joints will thank you. Your knee replacements will thank you, because they'll be 10 years later and probably more advanced at that point. So I would really recommend using poles, and you'll find your own way your own way of using them and walking with them.